Hello students, I, Mrs. Madhvi Mhatre, welcome you all in the next lecture of Mathematics 1. After completing chapter 1, we have started with chapter number 2 in previous lecture. Chapter number 2, quadratic equations. In the first lecture of this equation, that means in previous lecture, I made you understand the meaning of the word quadratic equations. Okay, I gave you its definition and then we saw its standard form or general form. Then with various examples I elaborated the concept of quadratic equations. Okay, now let us go further in the same topic. Before that, we will revise what we have done in the previous lecture. Okay, so in the previous lecture I gave you the definition of quadratic equation, that is the equation involving one variable and having 2 as the maximum index of that same variable is called as what? Quadratic equation. Okay, that means here for the equation, here you know that polynomial we can convert into equation when we write down equal to 0 in front of that, but that polynomial should be in one variable only and its highest index should be 2. These are the two conditions here for quadratic equations. Then we saw the general form, that is ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, where a, b, c are real numbers and a is not equal to 0. See here, if a is equal to 0, then 0 into x square is 0. That means the equation will not satisfy this condition of maximum index. Okay, so 2 as a maximum index, that condition will be no more here. So that is why this is an important condition, that a cannot be 0, b can be 0 or c can be 0, but a cannot be 0. Okay, so you have to keep in mind this general form, that is x square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, where a, b, c are real numbers and a is not equal to 0. Okay, then we have seen the solved examples. Now let's go further. Now here the next concept is roots of a quadratic equation. To understand this concept again, you have to think of the previous standard and you have to recall chapter polynomials. In that chapter we have seen the root of the polynomial. Okay, so let us revise that in short here. Okay, what we have studied in the previous class or in 9th standard, that if the value of the polynomial becomes 0 for x is equal to a, then x minus a is factor of that polynomial. We have seen the factor theorem. Okay, that when the value of polynomial is 0, that time here, see here you have plus a, but while writing the factor you are writing minus a. Exactly opposite thing if you can recall the factor theorem. While finding the remainder here, we used to substitute exactly opposite number in place of a or the any other variable present there. Okay, so if the value of the polynomial is 0 for x is equal to a, then we can say that x minus a is a factor of that polynomial. This we have studied in 9th standard. So in general, what we can say is, if px is a polynomial and p of a is equal to 0, that means if in place of x we are putting a, means any number if we are putting, and then if the answer is 0, then that x minus a is factor of that px. Okay, the same statement is written by using the polynomial px here. So in that case what we can say is a is the root or the solution of the equation px is equal to 0. Okay, in the previous statement px was polynomial, but now when we write equal to 0 in front of that, it becomes equation. Okay, so if p of a is equal to 0, then what we can say that here a is the root, or in other words we can say solution. So root and the solution are the same words here. Always keep in mind. Okay, now let us take one example to understand the root of quadratic equation. Okay, So here the example is taken of polynomial x square plus 5x minus 6. Okay. So if we write equal to 0 in front of that, then it is going to become quadratic equation. Okay. Now let us check for this value. X is equal to minus 6. That means we are going to replace x by minus 6 here. So the new equation now it will be like when we are putting the value. So this polynomial x square plus 5x minus 6 is equal to minus 6 square. Always write in bracket. Okay. Because here minus and 6 is there. Or whenever you write square, always keep habit of writing in bracket. Then 5 as it is, into again minus 6. See, two signs cannot come together. So again bracket is used. And then this minus 6 as it is. So minus 6 square is 36 here. And 5 into minus 6 is minus 30. And here minus 6. So the next step here is what? 36 minus 30 minus 6. So 36 minus 36. Answer is 0. Okay, so see here what we have written is that if the value of the polynomial is 0, then we can say that it's a factor. That means here I can say that x plus 6. See, exactly opposite number you have to take. What I can say is x plus 6 is a factor of this polynomial. And therefore, x is equal to minus 6 is the root or the solution of the equation x square plus 5x minus 6 is equal to 0. See, this polynomial is converted into the equation when we write is equal to 0. Okay, so for the value x is equal to minus 6 here, since the value of the polynomial is 0, that means which is equal to the right hand side of the equation. So here you have to find left hand side separately and you have to compare with right hand side. And right hand side is always 0. Just think of the standard form x square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. So here the same concept is used. So here I can say that x is equal to minus 6 is the root or solution of the equation x square plus 5x minus 6 is equal to 0. Now let us check for one more value for the same polynomial. Okay. Now we are taking the other value. Suppose we are taking now x is equal to 2 and let us substitute it here. Similar steps we will follow. Okay, so this equation now it will be 2 square plus 5 into 2 minus 6. We are simply replacing x by 2 everywhere. This is called as substitution. Now 2 square is 4. 5 into 2 is 10. Okay. So see, 4 plus 10 minus 6. So 4 plus 10 is 14. 14 minus 6 is 8. So 8 is not equal to 0. So it does not satisfy the condition. See, x is equal to 2 does not satisfy the condition. We are not getting the value as 0. That is why what we can say is x is equal to 2 is not a root or not a solution of the equation x square plus 5x minus 6 is equal to 0. Now we are thinking of equation only in this chapter. We are not thinking of polynomial. I told you in the previous lecture that when we write equal to 0 in front of that, the polynomial gets converted to equation. Okay. So here, this way we are going to find the root of the quadratic equation. So here always you have to solve the LHS and you have to compare with RHS and then you can find the roots. Now if I ask you the question that how many maximum roots can this equation have? That means quadratic equation can have maximum how many roots? Okay, so the answer is 2. Always keep in mind the algebraic expression here. You have to observe the degree when you want to find its solution or its root. So if it is a linear equation in one variable, you are going to have only one root. If it is quadratic equation, that means degree is 2, then it can have maximum 2 roots. Huh? Maximum 2 means what? It can have one root also. It can have no roots also. Those conditions we are going to see afterwards in the same chapter. But here the number of maximum roots is 2. Why? Because the highest index or the degree of the equation is 2. A quadratic equation cannot have more than 2 roots. Okay. So I hope you must have understood the meaning of this particular concept, that is roots of a quadratic equation. Okay. Now let us see more about it. Okay, let us try to solve the solved examples. So first example here is, you are provided with equation that is 2x square minus 7x plus 6 is equal to 0. You will find these solved examples in textbook. So whenever you are watching a video, please keep your textbook open and then you can see it by yourself and you can understand it. I told you that solved examples are equally important for the board exam. So please do not ignore them. Try to understand it. Now they have asked us, check whether first one x is equal to 3 upon 2 and second one x is equal to minus 2 are solutions of the equations. That means here, like previous one, they have provided us with two values and we have to check whether these values are the solution of this equation or not. Okay, so as I have said, whenever the word comes like check whether, determine whether, then you have to always solve LHS and then you have to compare it with RHS. Never write down the equation and put the value here. See, in the beginning only you cannot write down the equation and you cannot put the values. If they told that it's a root, then you can put the value. But whenever the word check whether, determine whether comes, then you have to solve only LHS and compare with RHS. Okay, so let us see how to solve it. So see, put x is equal to 3 upon 2 in the polynomial. Means what? Only left hand side. You are not going to take equation. You are not going to consider right hand side. Okay, so in place of polynomial, you can write down the word LHS also. That put x upon 3 upon x is equal to 3 upon 2 in the left hand side of the equation, or you can say polynomial. So here in place of x we are going to put 3 upon 2. Okay, so see, now the polynomial is like this, 2 as it is, 3 upon 2 the whole square, minus 7 as it is. In place of x again we are writing 3 upon 2 and plus 6 as it is. Now see, 3 upon 2, if we square it, we are going to get 9 upon 4. And that 4 which is in the denominator will get cancelled with this 2 and you will get 9 upon 2 here. Okay, see here, you can see the step, the square is 9 upon 4 and here 7 is at 21 upon 2 we got. So this 2 we can cancel with 4. 2 ones are and 2 twos are. So here we are going to get 9 upon 2 and here we have minus 21 upon 2 plus 6. Okay. So now you know that to add or to subtract fractions, we need to have the denominators equal. So here 9 upon 2, here minus 21 upon 2. So this 6 is converted so that we can get the denominator 2. So here both the places we are multiplying by 2. You can say cross multiplication is done. So 6 twos are 12. 12 upon 2. Now see, all the denominators are equal. So you can add or subtract the numerators. So see, 12 plus 9, 21. 21 minus 21, 0. 0 divided by 2 is 0. So I got the answer 0, which is equal to right hand side. So I can say that left hand is equal to right hand side. Therefore, x is equal to 3 upon 2 is the solution of the equation. Okay, so see, what you can observe is nowhere here the right hand side is written. So always take a note of that. You have to only evaluate left hand side and you have to compare it with right hand side. Got it? Now let us check for the second value, that is x is equal to minus 2. Okay, so now we are going to substitute x is equal to minus 2 in the polynomial or left hand side of the equation, that is 2x square minus 7x plus 6. Okay. So now this equation will be like this. See 2 as it is, then minus 2 square, minus 7 into minus 2 plus 6. So see, minus 2 square is 4 and 4 into 2 is 8. Here you are going to get 8 as the answer. Here minus 7 into minus 2 plus 14. So 8 plus 14 plus 6. Okay. So that is, see, 8 plus 14 plus 6, you are going to get 28, which is not equal to 0. That means it is not equal to right hand side. We know that for the root, we should have the value 0. We have seen that the value of the polynomial should be 0. Then and then only that value is the root or solution of that particular equation. So here, since this 28 is not equal to 0, we are getting the number other than 0. So what we can say here is x is equal to minus 2 is not a solution or not a root of the given equation. Okay, in this way you are going to check it. Let us go further now. Now the next example in textbook is given in the form of activity. You know that question number 2a and question number 3a are activity based. So there you will have the questions like this, and this question, this one activity and one more we have in practice set. It is a favorite of the paper setters. Okay, this type of question is certainly going to appear in exam. Mark it as an important question. Okay, all the steps are similar, only these values are going to change. Okay, so let's see what is the activity now. Here, if x is equal to 5 is a root of equation kx square minus 14x minus 5 is equal to 0, then find the value of k by completing the following activity. Okay, so if you observe the equation here, what you will find is in place of coefficients here, one coefficient is unknown, which is in the form of letter here. It is not in the form of number. Okay. So here we need to find that value of unknown k. And the information provided is what? X is equal to 5 is the root of this equation. That means here this value x is equal to 5 is going to satisfy this equation. So whenever you want to solve this activity, always your first statement should be from the question. You don't have to write down the word if and afterwards you have to write down the complete sentence as it is. See, one of the roots of the equation kx square minus 14x minus 5 is equal to 0 is 5. What is given to you is 5. Or you can write down the statement as it is. X is equal to 5 is a root of the quadratic equation kx square minus 14x minus 5 is equal to 0. Now this is already provided, but you can write in this way also if you have to write down the complete solution. If it is not in the form of activity, then you can change the statement also. Okay, so here we are writing 5. So therefore, we can put x is equal to 5 in the equation. So now let x is equal to 5 in the equation, or you can write down substituting x is equal to 5 in the equation. So see here, this is the equation you see here. Okay, so k, and in place of x you are going to write 5. Okay, so first box is having 5, square is already given. In the second box also you will have 5. So see, 5 square is 25 and 25 into k, so 25k is already given. And minus sign as it is, 14 5s are 70 and this minus 5 as it is equal to 0 as it is. Now see, 25k already it is given everywhere. So now you have to check about this. Minus 70 minus 5. What is the answer? Minus 75. The minus sign is already there outside. So inside you will have 75. Then this 75 we are shifting. So minus 75 is going to become plus 75. and therefore k is equal to 75 divided by 25, that is 3. Okay, so in this way you can complete the activity. Okay, now here you can count number of boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8 boxes are given. Generally, when the activity comes for 2 marks, they provide you with the 4 boxes. And when it comes for 3 marks, then they provide you with the 6 boxes. But sometimes more boxes can be there, and then wherever the number is same, no? So for those same numbers, the any marks are not given. Okay, only half mark is given for all these 4 fillings, and for remaining things here 1, 2 and 3, there 1.5 mark is divided. Okay, so it is not so that every time you are going to have only 4 boxes. You can have more boxes also, but depending on the steps the marks are divided. Okay, wherever the number is repeated, then they are not going to give you half mark everywhere. Okay, like I have said, this 5 is repeated 4 times, so writing these 4 times, you are going to get half mark, and for remaining things you are going to get 1.5 mark if the activity comes for 2 marks. Okay, so in this way the marks are divided. Now let us go further. Okay, so here up till now what we have studied is we have seen 2 concepts or 2 topics. First is general form of the quadratic equation. So once again you have to keep in mind this: ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0 is the general form of the equation, where a, b, c, they are called as coefficients and they are real numbers, and the important condition is a cannot be 0 or a is non-zero. You can write down a is not equal to 0. The reason is told to you because if a is equal to 0, then the equation will not have degree 2 and then it will not be a quadratic equation. That is why this is an important condition, that a cannot be 0 or a is non-zero. Okay. Then afterwards we saw the roots or solution of the equation. So how we can define that? So the value of the variable which satisfy the equation, or for the value for which both the sides of the equations are equal. That means if left hand side is equal to right hand side, then we can say that that particular value of the variable or values of the variable. By values, because I told you that a quadratic equation can have maximum 2 roots. So we can have 2 values. That is why the word values are written here. Okay, so those values who satisfy the equation, or the values for which left hand side is equal to right hand side of the equation, those values are called solutions or roots of that equation. Okay. Now depending upon these 2 concepts, we are going to start with practice set 2.1. So all of you please be ready with your notebook and pen so that you can write down the answers by means immediately you can write down the answers, and some questions you can solve by yourself also. I am not going to solve all the questions here. Similar questions or those questions we have discussed in the solved examples, such questions I am going to give as homework. Okay, so you have to mark the homework and you have to do it, and try to do it at the same time or after completing the video. After watching the video, whenever you get time, you immediately complete your homework so that you will get good practice of that. Okay. Now let us start with practice set 2.2. Okay, so the first question here is write any 2 quadratic equations. Such questions are called as open-ended question. That means every student is going to have different answer. So this you have to do by yourself. You can write down any quadratic equation. Only keep in mind the general form, that is x square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. And the important condition is a cannot be 0. Okay, so like here you can see this is the equation you have in front of you. Then equation you can write in the form of x square plus 5x is equal to 0. You can cancel this. Okay, you can these terms can be missing, but the first term should be there. You can write down any number in front of that. You can change the variable and you can write down the new quadratic equation. So this first one is homework for you. You can do it by yourself. Then second one, decide which of the following are quadratic equations. Now here also I am not going to solve all. Here I will discuss the first one, then I will discuss third one, which is little bit different. So by using the concept of third one, you can solve fourth one also. See, fifth one we have discussed in the previous lecture. If you can recall, there we were having the variable L. Okay, so this is similar. You have to open the bracket and you have to check. So question number 2, question number 4 and question number 5 you will solve as homework. Tick mark it as a homework or write in your notebook that sub question number 2, 4 and 5 from question number 2 are homework. Now let us discuss the remaining sums. I am first starting with the first one, that is x square plus 5x minus 2 is equal to 0. Now after seeing this equation here or after observing this, you have to check whether the equation is in the standard form, that is x square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, or in other words all the terms, means terms with variables and the constants, they should be on left hand side, and on right hand side strictly you should have 0. So here that condition satisfied, that the equation is in that form, that all the terms are on left hand side and equal to 0. That means polynomial is on left hand side and then equal to 0 on right hand side. So here you can write down the equation as we have discussed in the previous lecture, that you have to check two conditions. Whether the equation has only one variable. Yes, the equation has only one variable, that is x. So here we can write down here x is the only variable and also the maximum index is 2. Therefore, it is a quadratic equation. Okay, or to be, if you want to be more precise, you can write down it's a quadratic equation in variable x. But here you need to write about these two conditions. You need to give the justification. As I have said, simply if you are writing that it is a quadratic equation, then you will get half mark or you will get 0 marks also, because without justification there is no value to your answer. Okay. So here in this way you should write down about these two conditions and they are satisfied, that is why this is a quadratic equation. Now as I have said, second one you will solve by yourself. I hope you must have completed the solution. Okay, also you can make use of textbook to write down the answer. The similar steps are given in textbook. Okay, always try to follow the textual method. It is very much important. Okay, now let us go towards the third question. So third one is y square plus 1 upon y is equal to 2. Now we have seen in the previous chapter also that generally we don't want fractions. So wherever we have denominators present like this, we have to eliminate those denominators. So here we don't want this y in the denominator. I want to eliminate it. So that is why I should multiply both the sides of this equation by y. That means each and every term I am going to multiply by y. Okay. So that is your first statement, that multiplying both the sides by y, and when we multiply by y, so here when you multiply y into y square, you are going to get y cube. When you will multiply here, then y and y will get cancelled and you will get simply 1. And then when you will multiply here, you will get 2y. Okay. Don't forget to multiply on right hand side. Otherwise, simply you are multiplying on left hand side and you are forgetting this part. So don't do that. Okay, so afterwards bring all the terms on left hand side and then write down equal to 0. As I have said, that your equation should be in this form only. Now check two conditions. First is what? Do you have only one variable? Yes. First condition is verified. And second condition is about its degree or highest index. See here, highest index is 3 and not 2. We want 2. That means second condition is not verified. Therefore, it is not a quadratic equation. So, what we can write down here is, here maximum index of the variable y is 3 and not 2. And therefore, it is not a quadratic equation. Okay. This way you have to justify your answer. Now let us see the last sub question of this particular question number 2. Okay. So sixth one, m cube plus 3m square minus 2 is equal to 3m cube. Okay. So do the first step which is needed, that take all the variables on left hand side. That means this 3m cube we need to shift on left hand side. Okay. So write down the equation first given from the question, and then this one we are going to shift on left hand side. Okay. So here what is done is, see, this 3m cube is positive. That is why all these three terms are shifted here. But while writing, they have written on left hand side. So what you will find is, here the signs of all the three terms here are reversed. See, minus m cube minus 3m square plus 2 is equal to 0. Because the first term generally we write positive. It's a convention that we write the first term positive. That is why, see, in case of m cube and 3m cube is bigger. That is why all these three terms are shifted this side. Okay. Now these two are like terms. 3m cube minus 1m cube. We are going to get 2m cube. And these remaining terms as it is. Now check our conditions. First is about variable. So here we have only one variable, that is m. So first condition is verified. Then think of the second one about the maximum index. Again, what you will find here is the maximum index is 3 and not 2. That is why, again, this is not a quadratic equation. Okay, so in this way, you are going to write down the justification. Write down there that it is 1 mark question which can appear in question number 1B. Okay. Now, the remaining questions from this practice set we will discuss in next lecture. So students, today we are stopping here. All of you please do the given homework so that you can get better practice. And you stay home, stay safe, take care of yourself and your family. Thank you students.